is The Rider, and today I'm going to do a little review on my 2004 SV650 by Suzuki. This is the one without all the fairings, so it looks like a Street Fighter naked type of bike, which looks really good in my opinion. I really like this kind of look, and you know, it's kind of unique too. Most people have sports bikes, and actually it does come with a version that looks like a full-on sports bike, which is the 650S, but this is the one I got, and I actually like it a lot. So that's what it looks like. So for this portion of the video, I'm just going to be talking about my mods that I put on the bike and just kind of what I think about the bike, and then I'm going to go over to my helmet cam and we're going to ride it, and I'll tell you what I think about the performance and all that stuff. Alright, so first thing is I changed out the headlight assembly. When I first got it, it had like a little burn mark here from the high beam. I guess somebody just turned on the high beam for too long, so it had a huge burn mark which looked pretty ugly. Every time I would pull up, that would be like the first thing that people noticed. So it was kind of ugly, so I got a new one for like $100. Yeah, it's kind of expensive, but you know, it looks a lot better and looks super clean. So going over here, I put these little stickers here, Illest and a Seahawk sticker. And then the previous owner actually installed some mods on the bike, so he installed this kind of carbon fiber accents to the bike, which I think looked really nice. He also installed these levers here, which really look good in my opinion. They are really sporty looking and look a lot better than a standard version. I actually don't know what these are called. If you guys know what these are called, please leave that in the comment below, but I have no idea what brand these are. So yeah, it looks pretty nice. I'm thinking about taking out these mirrors and just kind of putting little handlebar mirrors, because I don't really like the look of these mirrors. They're kind of just sticking out and they're all chrome and stuff, and I don't know, I don't really think it matches the bike. But anyways, going back here, it's got a Fender Eliminator. So if you have seen this bike with the fender, it looks pretty damn ugly, so I'm really glad he removed the fender there. Looks really nice like that. It's got a M4 exhaust, which sounds pretty good. Let me turn it on here. I put this bike in neutral. It sounds okay when it's kind of like revving out, but when I actually ride the bike and when you hear it accelerate, it sounds pretty nice. So there you go. So yeah, it sounds okay when it's in idle or when I'm revving it out, but yeah, when you're on like full acceleration, it sounds pretty good. This bike also had some kind of like little plastics here that were covering the radiator here, which is a good thing, but I don't really like that. They kind of looked out of place and they were kind of like scratched up, so it's like, nah, it's okay. So I kind of removed them, and I think it looks better this way. Kind of gives it a more, you know, naked look, which I think is awesome. What other mods does this thing have? It's got a speedo healer, and it's got, if I can remember, it's got a K&N filter. He put new chains on it and a new sprocket, so that's good. And yeah, it's got newish wheels, or I mean tires. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and ride it. Alright, I'm on my Suzuki here. One thing to note is that this gas tank always makes me feel like I want to hump the bike. I don't know why. Every time I'm on stoplight, I just feel like I want to just hump the bike. It's really weird, guys. But I gotta remind myself, it's not a girl, it's a bike, so I don't go along with that action. Anyways, let's go ahead and start up the bike. We just got fresh new gas. We are at 0 miles, so let's get this going. So what do I like about the bike? I like how it's comfortable. Ooh, another biker. Ooh, two new bikers. Let's get behind them. I like how it's comfortable. It doesn't hurt my ass. Well, it does hurt my ass, but only after like 40 or an hour of riding, and then my ass starts to feel a little numb. But before then,
I'm pretty good. Also, one thing is that these handlebars, not the handlebars, but just the seating position is always makes my hands really numb. This is about after like 30 minutes of riding. It doesn't really bother me too much since I don't really care about pain that much. I'm a man, I don't really care about pain. But that's just one thing to note. And I also heard this from another reviewer who reviewed this bike on YouTube. He also said his hands get really numb, and that is true. I guess it's just kind of like the seating position. Your hands are all like all the weight is on your wrists, and you know, you kind of expect a standard bike to be more comfortable, but this is more like a sporty standard bike. It's a street fighter, you know. It's got the best of both worlds. It's got comfort, and it's got the sports bike kind of handling. Talking about the handling though, it's really good, but one thing to note also is that the front forks are a little too soft, and I also noticed a lot of reviewers talking about this. It seems that the front forks are just, the suspension in them is just kind of imbalanced according to the rear, because the rear is really firm, right? But the front is not. Ooh, maybe I should stop and ask for a number. Not. Anyways, let's go left. Let's go left. There's a lot of girls here. I might stop by here later. Yeah, the front forks a little too soft. Feels imbalanced because the rear is not soft, the front is soft. But you know what? I don't really care. I'm not ever going to take this thing on the track, so I might as well just stick with the stock forks. Don't really care about them being any heavy, like firmer, because I'm not really gonna use the bike for those kind of, you know, purposes where I would need the forks to be firmer. But the bike feels pretty light. I can throw it into corners really easily. I wish I could show you guys that right now, but I'm stuck behind these slow ass cars, and it's a really bad idea to illegal overtake them here because there's cops everywhere around here, and it's got a speeding ticket recently, so let's not go that route. But yeah, it's very easy to throw into corners. It feels very light. And another thing I didn't note is that the rear seat is actually lowered about 5 inches, and this was done for the previous owner because the previous owner was a pretty short guy, so he needed it lower for himself. And I actually like it. I like how low it sits, and I like that I can actually touch my feet to the ground, so not too bad. But yeah, it's very easy to throw in its corners. It's very agile. The power is pretty good too. It's about 70 horsepower and 30 or 45 can't talk English today. 45 foot-pounds of torque. There we go. So not too bad. And this is a 650, so most of the torque is about, you know, mid-range. So you get a lot of that torque and power in the mid-range. But with this bike, you also get a lot of power in the higher kind of rev range too. So at about 9 to 11,000, that's when you really see the power of the bike. So you know, this drop off at those high RPM ranges, which is really good. Like a lot of cruisers, they would drop off at around, I don't know, like 7,000 RPM. But this one does not. It just, the power just keeps getting higher, but there is a lot of mid-range power to be had, unlike those 4-cylinders. Because I don't really do any track racing or anything. I just kind of ride this around town, commute locally, so the mid-range power is perfect for me. But I also kind of don't like it in the same way, because before you know it, you're just going 100 miles per hour without even, you know, putting a lot of effort into the bike. Like those 4-cylinders, you know, you got to put a lot of effort into the bike. You got to really rev the bike out like crazy. It's actually, I want to go forward, not to the right. And with this bike, yeah, it's got all that power, But when you're trying to have a little fun around town, oh my god, guys. My freaking shift lever just fell off. Oh shoot. Are you seeing this, guys? Oh crap. I just dropped this thing yesterday when I forgot to put the kickstand out, and I dropped this thing, and it fell on the shift lever, and it finally fell off. This is crazy. I'm shifting by the little stick sticking out. Oh shit, look at it. Look at it. That's horrible. Oh my god. I can't believe this. Alright guys, this review is officially over. Oh, that's a Ducati. Nice. And see you guys later.